Happy holidays, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Max AC channel. For this festive season, we will be doing another round of sweet treats this year, but because I like alliterations, for this month we will be doing December Delights. As the name suggests, for the month of December, we will be making 4 more sweet treats that will hopefully help you celebrate the holidays. For this first episode, we will be making some Naughty or Nice Chocolate Bonbons. For this recipe, you will need 8 ounces of dipping or baking chocolate. I prefer chocolate on the darker side, but you are more than welcome to substitute with milk or even white chocolate. For the fillings, for the vanilla ganache, you will need a third cup of heavy cream, an eighth cup of honey, glucose syrup or maple syrup, 1 vanilla bean or 1 tablespoon or so of vanilla bean paste, 2 tablespoons of butter, and 2 ounces of white chocolate. I initially used 4 ounces and ended up with way too much filling, so 2 ounces should be plenty. And for the spicy raspberry ganache, you will need all of these as well, but we will substitute the vanilla flavor for 1 to 2 tablespoons of raspberry jam and some cayenne pepper to add a spicy kick. You of course could use fresh raspberries if you wish as well, but I recommend straining the seeds if you plan on using them. I just had some leftover jam I wanted to use up, so I'll just be using this, but either should work. Also, you may leave out the cayenne if you wish as well. You will also need a couple of special equipment, such as some sort of chocolate mold to make the actual bonbons, and an immersion blender to help create a smooth filling, though you can just use a fork or whisk if you can mix everything together well. I also recommend the use of a bench scraper to evenly scrape away any extra chocolate, and some gloves to avoid getting fingerprints on the end product, as well as some way to get the chocolate into the mold carefully, such as a piping bag or a small spoon. First, we'll prepare the chocolate shell. There's a couple of ways to melt the chocolate. For the double boiler method, in a metal bowl, place your chocolate and then place your bowl over a pot of boiling water. Let the indirect heat melt the chocolate and stir it until it is completely melted and smooth. For the microwave method, place the chocolate into a microwave-safe bowl and in 30-second increments, melt the chocolate, stirring in between each interval until it is completely melted and smooth. I find the double boiler easier to do since you have more control over the melting process, but microwaving is certainly faster, so up to you. Once your chocolate is melted, place some parchment paper onto your work surface and grab your chocolate mold. Next, fill your piping bag with your melted chocolate and cut a small hole in the tip, or just get your spoon ready. Begin filling each bonbon cavity all the way to the top by pinching and releasing the opening of the piping bag or by carefully spooning in the chocolate. Pick the mold up by holding the edges and tap the edge of the mold with your bench scraper to release any air bubbles. Turn the mold over onto the parchment paper and tap out any excess chocolate to create a nice thin shell. Scrape off any more excess chocolate from the surface of the mold with your bench scraper and scrape the chocolate on the parchment paper back into the chocolate bowl to use for your later batches. Let your mold set for 5 minutes or so to help the chocolate set evenly. You may repeat this process again if you want to thicken the chocolate some more, but it's not necessary. Once you're ready, flip the mold cavity side opening down onto the parchment paper for 20 minutes to let it set. While we wait for the chocolate to harden, we'll prepare our fillings. In the saucepan, combine the heavy cream, honey, and add in either the vanilla bean paste or raspberry jam, and bring this to a simmer, stirring occasionally. While we wait, in a heat-resistant mixing bowl, place in your white chocolate and set that aside. Also, take out your butter from the fridge now to allow it to soften. Once the cream mixture starts to simmer, remove from the heat and pour half of it over the white chocolate and let it soften for a little bit before mixing them. Then, add in the rest of the cream and keep mixing until the mixture is smooth. If you need to, you can place this over your boiler to help melt the remaining chocolate. Then, cool your ganache until it's still warm, but not hot enough to completely melt the butter. Then pour it into a glass or ceramic bowl and add in your softened butter. Then, using your immersion blender, mix the butter into the ganache. You don't want to incorporate any air when blending this, so try to hold the mixture at a slight angle. Once it's mixed together, mix in your cayenne pepper if desired, and then we'll want to let this set, so place some plastic wrap on top of the ganache and set it aside to firm up either on the counter or in the fridge. When you're ready to fill your bonbons, grab your filling and place it into another piping bag or grab another spoon. Fill each bonbon shell just shy to the top of the shell, leaving room to close it up. You can use your finger to smush the mixture flat if needed, but once every bonbon is filled, let the ganache firm up a bit more. If you want, you can also add some more cayenne pepper if a little more heat is desired as well. Then, pipe or spoon the chocolate you used for the shell onto the top of the ganache to seal it in. Then, with your bench scraper, carefully scrape off the excess chocolate. Once your bonbons are completely sealed, place them into the fridge for 10 minutes or so that they can firm up completely. Once they're ready, demold your bonbons by turning over your mold and carefully tapping them out. If you want to differentiate the two, you may add some sort of decoration like chocolate strips or a sprinkle of cayenne pepper on top. And once they're to your liking, your naughty or nice chocolate bonbons are ready to eat. Bonbons are one of my favorite things to get during Christmas time. When I was younger, we used to get these assorted chocolate boxes from a Southern Californian chocolate store called C's as gifts for Christmas. I think they're more well known now, but as a child, I always thought these were such a luxury. The boxes always had so many different and interesting chocolates, and I had always wondered how they made them. And so, I thought that this would be a great first recipe to start Advent with. In terms of the theme, I had originally thought about doing multiple fillings, but I thought that this theme of naughty and nice fillings of the spicy raspberry and sweet honey vanilla ganaches would be a fun play on the holiday phrase. I originally was thinking that it would be fun to not decorate the bonbons, so that it would be a fun surprise of which one you got, but of course you're welcome to customize the designs however you wish. Speaking of customizing, it's very easy to substitute these fillings for another, such as a caramel sauce, or dulce de leche sauce, or even just filling the entire thing with chocolate. It's pretty easy to customize it to your liking, so just try experimenting. And of course, you're welcome to use any other mold shapes as well, especially if you want to make your bonbons extra festive. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. In the comments below, let me know how it went, if you decided to make it, and let me know if there's anything you want me to make next. Like the video, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to this channel for more episodes of the Max AC channel. And remember, if you want to stay cool in the kitchen, turn your AC to the max and watch the Max AC channel. Nice.